Uh-oh, Millie. Are you f***ing filming us right now?
Welcome, degenerates. That's right, I'm here to talk about the cutest couple in hell because they are perfect. Almost. The M&Ms do have one glaring problem, and it's not Moxie's micro penis. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now because for every second I spend on Stolas, a small part of me is screaming to talk about the beta couple in this show because they deserve to be talked about and critiqued. Helluva Boss has gone above and beyond for an independent web animated show, but if there's one area it dropped the ball, it's the M&Ms. And by the M&Ms, I mean Millie. Here's my honest opinion about the M&Ms. I love them. I know that must come as a shock to all the comments who just read the thumbnail.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
While I am a slut for Stolas, I'm also repping for the shorties in the back. They are adorable, and they know it. Our first introduction to the M&Ms is in the pilot, where both their characters get established pretty much immediately, with Moxie being the straight man of the team, calling Blitz on his bullshit, and overall just being frustrated with the hijinks that comes with working for a man-child. This pretty much sets up Moxie as being Blitz's main foil throughout the show, as unlike Luna and Millie, who pretty much can roll and don't react to Blitz's taunts, Moxie is always giving a reaction, and attention is what Blitz really craves, so you know these two are gonna get paired up a lot. And they do. Constantly. Moxie's a team bitch. No funny business. The man takes enough L's as it is. So let's add a couple more because Moxie gets a hard time from everyone. If he isn't getting molested by succubuses, he's getting shit on by his boss, the hot receptionist, actual children, carnies, frat bros, farmhands, in-laws, and celebrities. Because if a character has more than 2 lines, both of them are jokes at his expense. Which I mean, sure, make fun of the neurotic theater kid who knows a lot about guns can only end well. Despite all of this though, Moxie still comes out of this winning, thanks to the love and support of his wife, Millie. She's always got his back, whether it's emotional support or saving his booty from mutant fish, because that's her property. Millie is great, she's nice, and can go fucking feral when she has to. A girl from the redneck part of hell, this country girl, is the one you come to when you want someone dead. She might not be great at taking hits, but she knows how to dish them out. She's Moxie's rock, and with that bass, I believe it. The whole show has just been pretty much a showcase for how great of a couple they are. From soft, tender songs about how much Moxie loves her, to acts of manslaughter by both parties, to getting freaky swinging around while killing people. If Stolitz is the complication of being in love, the M&Ms are the payoff. Loving each other unconditionally and not giving a damn about what everyone else thinks. Moxie played a love ballad in a freaky sex club. Millie knocked out a celebrity to hear him play more. They are just couple goals. And in a world of overly shenanigan-filled couples, something that begins and ends with they're in love is just a sweet relief. They are in hell, but their apartment is their own slice of heaven. I can't understate how great these two are together. Moxie's a soft boy, Millie is tough as nails, and they just have the best chemistry. And that chemistry just keeps going as they complement each other, both in the show and for our viewing purposes. I think that's enough. I'm gonna hype up the relationship. So now let's get to the main point, which is how criminally underdeveloped Millie is. Because yeah, having a short girlfriend who loves you and kills things, great intro to a character. But if we're being honest with ourselves, that's kind of all Millie is at this point. Her list of achievements include killing a giant fish to save Moxie, stabbing the shit out of Stryker to save Moxie unsuccessfully, killing the men in black to save Moxie, hitting Frizz for Moxie, and dropping this line.
Oh, why don't you shut your trap, you judgmental cotton candy tit-having bitch?
Now let's compare her list to Moxie's, which include getting a whole arc in episode 1 to kill Satanist MILF, consistently being comedic relief that, while abusive, keeps the spotlight on him throughout the series. Episode 5 has him become the focus again as we go to Millie's house, where it's about him discovering his worth and fighting Stryker, ending with him standing up for himself to Millie's dad. Meanwhile, Millie is stuck on the bench. Episode 6 is a split between Moxie and Blitz, serving as character focus on their relationship. This is a lot of Blitz, but it's also a lot of Moxie. There's a huge battle at the end, but that's just a W for everyone. Then in episode 7, it's Moxie singing while Millie looks on happily. And for those of you not reading this Google Doc, Millie's achievements took up less than 3 lines. Moxie's took up around 8, with most of Millie's stuff being action-based instead of character work, making her basically Hell's version of Mikasa, where more attention is placed on what she does and her relationship to her man than who she is as a person. And I finished that show. I will stand by that statement. Now, I love the M&Ms to death, but the fact that they are a couple is the problem to this drought of Millie-centric content. Is while we do get Moxie solo moments, or explore Moxie's relationship to other characters, Millie's actions are always tied to Moxie. Moxie is Moxie, but Millie is always the M&Ms. Like, this has to be like one of the worst cases of couple syndrome since Jeff and Bridget in Total Drama Action, which, yes, I will one day touch that series and their ships, and it will consume my life. Millie has the potential to be a great character. Right now, she's just a satellite in Moxie's orbit. She has little moments where we get to see her character peek through, like her nonchalance of Blitz's stalking to her casual disrespect of Luna.
See, stop shaking. You're gonna shoot our only hellhound.
Wow, I feel so loved here.
Boss Blitz and his hellhound.
I'm not just his hellhound.
You bitch!
And I'm all for not pitting women against women, but Millie needs some conflict in her life. Moxie and Blitz are always talking shit to each other. Millie and Luna, like, they get 2 good barbs across 7 episodes, and that's kind of all we get from them. Like, Millie barely has a relationship with Luna. She barely even has a relationship with Blitz. Like, even the episode that put the girls together to save the boys, it was just them murdering people with barely a word spoken between the two. Like, I know that episode was already stuffed. But over here, deep acid trip sequences exploring the inner workings of the characters and their relationships. Elsewhere, the girls kill people. And if we're being honest, while that action is cool, you remember sequences not so much as character moments, because this isn't an action show. It's a character-based comedy, making these moments of character stand out way more than that time and Millie killed a woman with her thighs. And Millie being the action girl is another problem. If she's great, she kills things good. But then that's just the excuse to not give her any great lines or to really explore her character. It's like, oh no, we had Millie kill a fish in the episode. We don't have to like explore her character or anything like that. And this lack of focus on character is a problem I initially had with all the women in this show. Then episode 3 happened and Luna got some non-horny love for once, with her awkwardness around tech showing off a vulnerability to the girl who usually plays it so apathetic. For episode 3, I just called this the Moxie and Blitz show. Then Luna got an episode, so I shut the fuck up, which is all I'm really asking for. Millie just needs an episode. Then she can go back to doing cute couple shit. I actually thought we were gonna get that in episode 5 when they went down to Wrath to meet her family. Well, then it just turned into Moxie's insecurity power hour, which we've already gotten before. We get some background information about her, but all of it's stuff we could have inferred. Like, she has a southern accent, her family is poor, okay, farmer, country tough parents. Like, she gives Blitz some shit for dating Stolas, but even her sister gets more quotable lines than she did.
Our sister doesn't have a neighborhood head count.
She so does.
It doesn't count if they don't find the body.
And after the much-needed Moxie is inferior contest, he discovers Stryker is an assassin. Millie springs into action to save his life. Get one great ape-shit sequence, then she loses. But hey, at least they can now solve the problem together. I can't even make a joke about this, guys. Like, the story literally threw her into a bear trap so they could write her out of the climax. Like, I love the whole team behind this. What am I supposed to say about that? Like, fuck. That is as transparent as you can get. We're just trying to get rid of the character for 5 minutes. They knew she'd slay, so they had to handicap her. So Moxie, perfect soft boy that he is, could get a pep talk and be reminded that he has a gun in his pocket. We get a cute little moment of frustration from Millie.
Probably should have used this earlier, huh?
I love you, hon. But for fuck's sake.
Then the story concludes not with her telling her parents to shut up and respect my decisions, but Moxie speaking up, telling them to stop blaming her, earning their respect. Even in an episode where we are surrounded by Millie content, Moxie is the character that we're focused on, which is a big problem with this ship. You can love a ship and admit its problems, but sometimes the ship is causing the problems. Because at this point, we might as well rename this thing Moxie's Plus One. And I'll restate it. All of Millie's moments are good moments, but they haven't built up her character. Millie knocking Fizz out is great. I loved it. I died. Especially when it's paired with Stolas and Blitz just not doing jack shit and being depressed. But her knocking out Fizz only leads to enshrine how perfect they are as a couple, which works for the story that this episode is telling. Making the other two feel insecure is very much what this episode was going for, but it doesn't lead to a duet. It's Moxie singing about Millie, which again reinforces the problem. Like, I had the same problem with Luna early on. Then she got her own episode, and we started to see more of what makes her tick. If we had just gotten one Millie-centric episode, I would not be making this video. But the story so far is just a little too consistent with giving Millie flashy moments, but little depth. And that is depth that this show has proven that it can easily give. I love the M&Ms. I love their whole aesthetic. They're comfort food. They're not complicated or problematic. Sometimes you just want to relax away from your own problems and watch people be happy for a change, which is what Moxie and Millie gave us. Making dinner, love songs, flirting, pegging. They are so in love with each other that it puts everyone else to shame and makes you question your own relationships. There's something aspirational in them that truly makes them worthy of couple goals. From the support that they give in their worst of times to just how casual yet intense their love is. It somehow feels unrealistic yet attainable. But this is a problem that once you notice it, you can't stop. Which is why even in moments I'll leave an episode thinking, wow, that was great. Oh fuck, Millie is still the second fiddle. This isn't a show-breaking thing for me. It's just an element that annoys me personally, especially when it feels so fixable. Like, literally just replace the cherubs with something about Millie and problem solved. Those little shits didn't do nothing for me anyway, and they're basically here just to fuel theory heaven videos. But we need just a few character moments to give Millie more depth than badass waifu. Have her go on a soul mission, explore who she was before Moxie, pair up Blitz and Millie for a change, have her call out his BS. Moxie always getting made fun of is fine, he's the teen bitch. But all the punching down gave him room to grow. Moxie is a more confident person by the end of this season than he was in the start. He's still in the same place at the office hierarchy. He also understands himself and the others way better. Mox has come into his own, and I want something similar for Millie. She's already the badass, yeah, but there are other areas where she can still grow. And I list them, but they haven't given me any. Like, the only thing I got right now is she needs to learn how to take a hit. I really do love everyone in the show, and the M&Ms are the second best ship in it. But I do think them being such a great couple has come at the expense of Millie not being given any real character development. Her badass moments happen, it'll be cool, but as a person, I feel like we kinda don't know dick about her, which is all I want, to know more about Millie. To see her really be defined outside of this relationship. Also, I can go back to unconditionally loving them together. I mean, come on, is that really too much to ask?
Are you fucking filming us right now?
Alright folks, that was the end of this short but still very important shipping video. Was originally gonna do Young Justice, but Season 4 kinda sapped all my will to work on that, so no more calling out my vids before they're released. I'll save that for Twitter, which follow me there. And as for what I'll be working on next, I guess you're gonna have to subscribe to find out. Because I'm about to go ahead and reawaken a lot of old trauma for some of you. Get ready, look forward, and peace out.